Hello everybody, today is June 9th. I didn't look after my hair today. A really nice day today. I just finished my work. Slowly I'm getting used to the fact that I have like a particular time I'm doing these videos for you guys, or for me particularly, not for anybody else. Today, I don't know what I want to talk about. Again, I'm not prepared. I don't have the time to be prepared, but I still need to create these videos to see what I could do, and maybe I can evolve and, get better at it from time to time once I see things to change. Or I add things into my schedule so I can actually do better videos. So you're with me, or I am here for the next 30 minutes talking to you about dropshipping. Now, I'm just going to clarify this right now. If anybody is wondering, when I say forums, when I say people and all of that, talking, whatever, this is me literally talking about Reddit majority of time, or like Facebook groups, questions that you find on Facebook groups, private groups as well, because I'm part of a lot of private groups. Nevertheless, I just wanted to share also, a quick observation of, two observations actually, that I was able to make in the past week now, on my store particularly. The first observation is that I have noticed that the more money I put, or the more money I try to scale my store, the less buyers I get, and the less concentrated buyers I get. So the less buyers I get, the more. So this is how I put it. My return on investment when I'm spending about $50 ROI, my ROI when I spend about $50 a day is about, what's it called? About 31%. My ROI is about 31% when I'm spending $50 a day. And this I have been following now I've been trying to see the difference of how much money I can make from different, and this is me testing different, different interests. And I've noticed my ROI actually drops like almost 6%, 7%, and like last night was my ROI was like -5. That was a huge drop, dramatically. Like it actually, when you actually increase the money, it actually drops dramatically. Now, that's not to say that the more money you put in, the less. Well, there are two things I have in my head right now. Maybe because, first of all, the time. If I'm spending $50 throughout the day, and I've noticed that I'm getting a lot of particular views on a particular time of the day, because I've noticed this. I've noticed my ad being showing up. My ad manager been showing up my ads, particularly when I'm spending $50. Particularly shows it majority of times between 8 a.m. in the morning to midnight, or 1 a.m. 8 a.m. in the morning to 1 a.m. next day. So the majority of my ads shows up. But when I actually added an extra budget into it, like I add $100 to it, become $150, I'm actually seeing that now my ads are showing throughout the night, what it's not used to. And now I'm seeing a lot of one item order, one item order, one item order, one item order, one item order. While as when I used to like do 50s, I'm actually seeing 2 items, 1 item, 2 item, 3 item, 1 item, like bigger numbers. I'm seeing a bigger numbers in comparison to the more money I put in. So to me, it almost tells me, okay, because of the time now, I'm not focused in a particular time like what it used to be in the $50. But not only that, but now Facebook is looking into taking more risks. The more money I put in, Facebook is willing to take more risks to actually look for more people. And maybe that's how the algorithm works. I don't know. Please, if somebody can tell me with this and explain it to me. But this is how my observation of actually looking at my ads. So the more money I put in my ads, it seems like I'm getting random people just seeing my ads. But when I put less money, I'm seeing more focused people or targeted people actually looking at my ad, and I'm getting actually purchases that are quite high. So this is something interesting, and I'm just wondering if I should be just leaving it like that, spending about $50. I'm actually getting a really good returns on $50. Again, the average that I'm getting right now on $50 is 31%. That's the highest so far. The highest one actually was 45. That was like 3 weeks ago, somewhere like that. Yeah, 45% ROI. So that is said, I'm gonna leave my ads now at about $50 a day. I'm not gonna do a second campaign. I'm actually just gonna stay with the same campaign I have, and I'm gonna leave it at the same amount. Not to mention, I also found a new interest that is actually performing much, much, much better than the earring interest that I just found. I found a new interest that I think is actually 2 times better. In the past 2 weeks, it performed almost 2 times better, the earrings. I'm not going to share it with you because this is considered a the trade of the business trades, part of the trade. I'm going to continue doing more testing on other ad sets. Again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking at particular interests whereabout I just go in and test the activities of that interest, and then once I see the activities of that interest, I create a campaign for that particular interest just to test it for a week. See the differentiator between this and that, how many people are actually purchasing and all that, and I just put a minimum budget for it, like for almost the same budget as the main interest that I'm working on, right? So the main interest that I'm working on, I was spending $100. The second interest was the second interest that I was working on, I'm spending $100 in, right? It came on top of my earrings, like with almost, if I get 10 sales in earrings, I will get 20 sales from it. Yesterday I actually talked to you guys about I'm going to be trying out the influencer marketing. I sent out a few emails yesterday and few messages yesterday. I think 24 messages. Yeah, I sent out 24 messages, and I got one person responding back to me with interest of getting some of the products, some of my earrings. So she took a picture of it and she's sending it to me. She's asking for collaboration. We can actually do something. I'm gonna reply back to her, and I'm pretty happy that she actually reached out to me. I'm happy I don't need to spend money on it, and these earrings do not cost me a lot, particularly to send it to that location that she asks. Almost $6. I'm so happy. I don't care. I don't need to spend 15, 20, 30. Oh God, thank you, God. So yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys updated with that. I haven't created her order yet. I need to send her an email back asking her what does she think of, what does she plan to do, what's the plan for her to do with this item. I'm really interested to know what. I'm gonna send her back a message. Tell her it's awesome to hear back from you. Thank you for letting me know what are the products that you're interested in. Mind me if I can get some details on what are you interested in doing with these products, like as a post and all of that. So that's what I'm planning to do right now, and I'll probably do more reach out today. I'm gonna reach out more people today. Hopefully, I will get I'll get more and more response. But hey, I like it. I mean, I sent out for 24. I'm probably gonna reply. I'm gonna probably. Oh, and by the way, that only cost me like $5 to actually get 24 people or designated. What's it called? Designated influencers. I don't need to buy for a service or whatever. I'm looking for sets of people. I'm not looking for a lot of people, right? I'm just looking for a particular sets of people. And the majority of the people that I'm looking at, I'm looking for fashion. I'm looking for people who are doing handmade earrings. Well, again, I'm not going to do handmade earrings now that I think about it. It's a disastrous for my own good. So that's that. Hopefully the influencer marketing would work. Again, I don't know how good it is, how bad it is. Bizea has been saying it's very good. Jay Rich has been, according to his courses, he said that's the first thing. Even his girlfriend is an influencer. Like it's his main thing. And I don't recall if I've seen this video before, but I do recall a video of a guy, just a little bit off topic here. I just remembered it. He talks about custom items are actually getting up as considered to be like branded items. It's not branded item, but more like they are very distinguishable. You can distinct yourself from the rest. I like it. I like that idea actually. Custom items, custom bracelets, custom with a picture, necklaces. You can sell it almost to everybody. It's almost the perfect gift, perfect idea. So I thought maybe share this with you guys. Maybe it was anybody who's interested in creating these kind of stuff. And that's what's happening right now in my store. And I'm gonna be doing some more edits into my store. I don't know. There's a thing that I'm trying to do right now. Well, not a thing. It is a page that I'm trying. I'm debating whether I make it or not. The page is basic. Well, okay. So my plan is to see if I can actually make my website more or less focused on hand jewelry building and stuff like that. Maybe I can sell supplies and stuff like that. But again, me and my wife, we actually negotiated that. Like we talked about it. We can be a supplier of jewelry suppliers, but we will probably be like in the middle of marketing against big stores. Here in Canada, it's Michael's, and you have big stores here that actually you're going to be competing against. So it's going to be hard, really hard, to actually beat Michael's for that. And to be honest with you, Michael's have like really cheap stuff, especially when you are. My wife is a crafter. I already told you guys that. Michael's have these weekend discounts, which the store becomes really full, like really full, with these old ladies that just goes in and just buy bulk. They don't buy small amounts. No, they don't get me wrong. They buy bulks of shit because the discounts actually happen on the weekends. So on the weekend is like the majority of the store sales. That is phenomenal. I'm surprised with it because my wife actually does it too. And my wife is 29, 28, sorry, almost 29 because it's the end of the year. But like she's 28 right now. And she does the same shit everybody else does. Don't get me wrong. And it goes into it because the sale is per person. So you buy the stuff that you want and you go per person or per item, whatever. This is how Michael's trying to like suppress people from buying everything in the store. You would see a party going. So what's happening is you'll see like a lady who wants to buy like 5 or 10 supplies of a particular thing. She'll get the whole family going, and this one is going to be bought by Mike. This one is going to be bought by me. This one is going to be bought by them, and and everyone is separate bills and get the discount set 5 times. There are actually people who plan that shit before they go to Michael's. And my wife does it with me too. So I'm like, you know what? Just give up and go with the thrill. That's it. But nevertheless, I digress on that. So yeah, it's like you're gonna be competing against those kind of people or against those kind of stores. It's gonna be hard. So we're wondering if we should add more products into our store, but the same issue is I don't want to add any products. I want to add products that are similar to the products that I already have. Meaning, I want new models. And recently I found out a store that only does in AliExpress, that only does these particular earrings, and it have almost 20 different models of the same earrings, as a necklace, as an earring, as a bracelet, as a ring. There is one issue. It is so fucking damn expensive. It is so expensive. In order for me to actually sell this stuff, I have to charge $40, which actually goes out of my model, my business model, or not my business model, but my intent of purchase. If I can sell the product for $29, that would be a different story, but I am not able to sell it for $29. While everything around the store is like $19 and $14. Why am I? So, the price, first of all, the pricing is so expensive. He's selling it for $15. If I was selling it for $15, that's including shipping. And the shipping is so damn bad. I did one order with him. I got my item like 2 months later. I can't do that. I try to ask CJ to source it, but the people or the suppliers, they're not really willing to create those items. I need to just wait until my VIP level gets higher, where I get more privileges and more controlling, so I can actually do that. I can actually push for what I want. My agent Wilson, he's God bless him. He's very, very patient with me. God bless him. So yeah, Wilson told me it's a little bit hard for the suppliers to see any returns on these particular items, and I gave him he knows I have a proof of purchase almost. And the amount of orders I'm getting on a daily basis, I am moving product for him, but they just don't see the volume for them to actually sell it. Again, because of the amount of marketing that I'm doing right now, I'm not really getting that 10 orders per day or stuff like that, because I'm literally in this process to learn and actually gather data. so I can go into lookalikes and stuff like that. But in the process, I don't want to go into lookalikes without, like, I want to still make money. So if I'm going to still want to make money, I want to still see what's the behavior of my marketing would be. And I'm actually following that as much as I can. And then once I got enough data, I'm going to start doing lookalikes. I'm going to start doing that and that, this and that. At the moment, I don't want to do that. I have enough data right now for 3 months worth of information, but I want to look for data that is close through my video marketing, and my video marketing has been running for almost a month now. No, actually, a month and a little bit. A month and a little bit. Yeah. So that's why I'm a little bit not hesitant, but I'm a little bit sitting back until like a 3-month period goes by. Then I'm gonna start looking into lookalikes and what's it called? Other conversion goals, but we'll see. Again, my retargeting is really, really bad, so I'm still getting sales from it. That's why I'm not stopping it. But nevertheless, it's not really going anywhere. I don't think it's even necessary anymore at this point. But I'm still going to keep it going probably later on because of the data. I don't have enough data again. Maybe because I don't have enough data, and maybe because of the period I'm doing is like short. I'm doing 7 days retargeting with a different ad set and different message as well. That is said, there is, like the other thing that I've noticed on not on my website, recently on the groups and the forums and all of that, people are, there's a lot of questions about why the times for Canada, I'm not experiencing that anymore. Well, I'm not experiencing it yet. But why the times for Canada and the US are screwed or bad or not really reasonable anymore. Reason for that, first, for Canada, this is an opinion, by the way. I hate unions. I apologize for union guys, but I hate them. Unions are just a word. In Canada, unions are, quote unquote, the representation of or the protection of a particular worker that works for a particular company. In this case, Canada Post, the postman basically protects the postman from the Canada Post greed, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I'm getting it wrong, but nevertheless, because the number one reason why Canada is gonna have a really bad or long time deliveries is because the backlogs. They have a long backlog of orders or shipments that have not been delivered, and their excuse is the COVID-19, but that's not really an excuse because, union is taking it as an excuse to actually do it, and what they're doing is there are items that are basically they're just leaving it there, even though I did not hear any of laybacks. I actually heard that Post Canada is hiring a lot of people to do deliveries, to deliver packages for them. Again, this is a personal opinion. I really don't like Canada Post because of their backlogs. Because of the way they actually operate in general. Maybe that's how they operate like that. Again, this is a personal opinion. I don't really... Like a person again, and I also have like bad experience with unions too, so maybe that's also part of it. I really hate unions in general, and the matter of fact that like unionization of anything, to me, it's just an excuse to get more money out of your pocket. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people will tell you it's for good reason. I got it. It is for good reason. Your protection, your salary, and all of that. But again, I'm an immigrant. I'm an immigrant who doesn't really care about who's protecting me. I don't. I care about I'm doing my job, and if the company sees I'm doing something wrong, they have maybe a backstabbing people, whatever it is, political stuff going on. I prefer to know that and get fired so I can actually go and move on with my life. But unions, no. Unions will keep you even though there's somebody who's hating you in there. Like you're gonna spend your whole life sitting in front of that person that you hate and keep doing your work and listen to him because he's your boss. Again, I'm not the one to say this is how the country works, this is how everything runs, so I'm not really here to debate about it. So you have the backlogs, unions protecting their own people, so that's why you're gonna have low times or longer times in delivery particular items. They're gonna US, on the other hand, is because of the presidential restriction on Chinese airlines. Majority of Chinese airlines are not allowed to land on US soils. A lot of them, actually. And that actually hurts the business. A few days ago, I've listened to, I think I talked about it too, Mr. Patrick, on Value Entertainment. It's really nice conversation that he did. Telling people like you should consider now looking into made in the US, made in Canada, or made in whatever it is that you're doing. It will get more credibility. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with him, but I can testify to what he said because I'm getting a lot, and you don't understand how people want to let me know this, or they are interested in sending my Facebook message a message telling me that because it's made in China, I'm not gonna order it. Like, I testify for what he said. It's like, seriously, if it's not made in the US, chances are they're not gonna buy it. I mean, I'm not only selling in the US, don't get me wrong. I'm selling outside of the US. I'm selling in Canada. I'm selling in UK. I'm selling in everywhere almost. But it's not really I'm not seeing it affecting the numbers of sales I'm getting or the direction of how much money I'm getting from my sales. But the behaviors that I am seeing on messages that I'm getting from people who are just checking my ads and all of that, they're actually telling me I'm not ordering because it's not made in the US. I'm not ordering because it's made in China. I'm not ordering because it's coming from China, even though some of them are actually coming from Canada, because I actually have a few of them here, and it's cheaper for me to send it from my house via Canada Post to whatever it goes into here. Because I have a venture Post Canada Venture card, I can actually have a less cheaper rates for Canadian soils. But the issue is it coming to Canada. For me, coming to Canada, takes really long time, which annoys the hell out of me. And again, I have a limited amount here. I don't have a really big stocks because I'm saving it in my home. I'm putting it in my home. I'm not putting it anywhere else, right? So that's that. Now, and this is a very interesting thought. I like it. I can really testify to him saying, the matter of fact that when he said that, I was like, oh man, if this comes true, and like everybody, I'm like literally already seeing it, people telling me you have to be made in Canada, da 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 da. I still have U.S. orders. I'm not saying I don't, but eventually it's gonna get into that point. I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing. By the way, I'm not seeing any drops on my sale on the U.S. side. I'm still getting my average. I'm gonna say this is maybe because the maybe because people are angry right now. You may see this, but once everything calms down, once everything is not a lot of people are thinking about it, because young generations don't really think about that. It's the old generation that think about that. So if your market is the old generation like I am, they're gonna let you know. They're gonna let you know how suck your product is. They're gonna let you know how fucked up the product is because it's coming from China. They're gonna let you know 100%. So that is that. And I need to stop here because I already did 31 minutes. Today is June 9. And I hope you guys have a great day. This is Mohamed, and I am out.